Welcome to Waypoint Connect. It's my pleasure to welcome Tiaan to our episode. Tiaan, you don't need any introduction.
But I would like one, please.
Yes. So Tiaan is one of our key players in the Waypoint team, taking the lead currently in everything that's happening. So well done to you, Tiaan.
Thank
So
you.
that's linking in with our topic. Our topic is changes as we wrap up the year and look back on the year that has happened.
Yeah.
That's like one of the changes that have happened. You stepping into that role of being accountable for everything, basically.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you, Dirk, it's been an interesting year now. But yeah, it's actually been, at men's group the other day, other morning, we challenged one another to actually make a list of stuff that we went through this year, and maybe some challenging times in the year, stuff that we would not want to have repeated, or and see how God. So actually physically writing it down and see how God has provided in cases, how God has made for a better outcome, how God has used that situation. And I was awestruck to see how, you think, oh, this year was so bad, but if I actually see how God was working, how He used people, how He to help me, how He used me to help, it's. I mean, how can you not celebrate
Yeah.
what God is doing? Because Jesus didn't promise like an easy life,
Yeah.
but it's so worthwhile. So yeah, I think for me, and the changes that I'm stepping into now, I mean, it's nothing new.
Yeah.
I think change is a part of life, and I'm just really excited. Yeah.
It's all about perspective. It's not about what happens, but it's about your perspective on what happens. Because stuff happens to people every day and people around us. And you can have the same situation happen to two different people, and the outcomes are completely different simply because their attitude towards that is different, because their perspective on what's happening is different.
But I want to flip that question around to you, Dirk, because you've also gone through some changes recently.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So the big change was the opportunity that we were given to be able to launch MBCM, Mandela Bay Community Movement. And from the perspective,
MBCM.
CM, I'm so glad you got it. Because like even some of our candidates were like right near the end missing letters in there. But well done. What I just discovered with that is that people are ready for something different, and people actually want to make a difference. But if we look at our system, and I'm talking about the world system, it's not allowing people to really take ownership and make a difference. So unless somebody really steps in and is breaking the mold and saying, I'm going to be different, I'm going to do something different, we don't have a society and a culture of enabling people to make a difference.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm excited about with MBCM, is people taking responsibility for their families, for their communities, and saying, my future is in my control, it's not in somebody else's control, and I'm going to make a difference. And what I really celebrate about MBCM is the fact that we're able to bring people across boundaries together because they share that common vision, that common goal. And people actually realize in that process we have got a lot more in common than we have dividing us.
Yeah.
So on the surface we're different, but when we delve down a bit deeper, we all want the same thing.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I love that.
And in terms of what you've seen with people over the course of the year, what would you say would be some of the major shifts, trends, changes?
Yeah, I think our biggest challenge for the year was our biggest challenge for the year was bringing people back to, or for people to realize that they are the church.
Okay.
I know we've talked about it a lot, and it's something that's always been repeated in church. And the church is not a building; it's people. But it can just be words, And this year we actually found that, people were challenged with that because now all of a sudden, we're coming out of this isolation, but we've maybe learned some. Church has shifted, and church has become comfortable in terms of like Sundays, has become comfortable. Like I can fit it into my schedule, you know. Time and we're not talking about church as the service, but church the gathering of people, you know, gathering of like-minded people. And here's the thing: is for you to be a blessing to people. So me sitting at home just watching a message is not doing anything other than for me, but coming together, whether I'm serving or not, my presence there is such a big part of that experience. You know,
It's making a difference in somebody else's life.
making a difference.
And I can't make that difference on my couch.
And if we look at the people that really thrived during the lockdown times, were the people that caught that thing, you know, that it's not about me, it's about other people, and being a blessing. Those are the people that really thrived in COVID. So yeah, I think that was the big challenge, and I think what we're seeing now is people are starting to, it looks like, you know, groups are being fully attended again. It looks like church attendance is or Sunday attendance is kind of starting to rise again. So I think people are starting to crave that community again. Going forward, on my heart and well, not just my heart, but you know, the intercessors. So if you don't know what the intercessors are, they are just people that are praying. People praying for you, people praying for the church, people praying for the city. They really, we love them. We call them the warriors because that's what they are. And so with intercessors also on their heart and our heart is now the culture of worship. You know, worship meaning not just music, but you know, worship is a tool that we use, and it's a posture that we take into saying, "Wow, I realize who I am, and I realize who God is," and there's a big difference. And in that, you know, life begins to take on meaning. You know, you start to see things differently and stuff. So we're really excited for the next part to really focus on worship. You know, focus on creating an environment where that can happen. Yeah,
that's great, awesome. Tiaan, I think that wraps up our session for today. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us.
Thank you, Dirk.
So thank you very much. And to wrap up what Tiaan's saying is, unless you're not sitting on this couch, you're not impacting anybody when you're sitting on your couch. So get up from there, make a difference, and be that change that you want to see. Thank you, Tiaan.
Thank you, Dirk. And thank you, viewers. I love you guys. You guys are some serious viewers.
We've got some serious viewers there.
Yeah. So go and follow Dirk at dirk.com.
You won't find me there. Have a great week.
Thanks, guys.